Okay, I'm sharing my screen with you. Are you able to see it? Okay, good. So I pulled up the behavior intervention plan that you sent me in regards to the tantrum behavior. So let's first start off by looking at the operational definition. So overall, I think you did a really nice job. I feel like you gave a lot of detail in regards to the specific behaviors, what those behaviors look like. In other words, the topography of what a tantrum looks like, so that the staff would have a very clear picture of what comprises a tantrum behavior versus maybe what comprises just simple, maybe vocal protesting. I feel like that definition is really clear. The one thing, though, that is missing is the information about the onset and the offset of the behavior. So for instance, again, we know with tantrums, this is a behavior that can oftentimes have an extended duration. So some individuals might tantrum for 30 seconds or 2 minutes versus other tantrums might last as long as a half hour, 45 minutes. So for a behavior such as tantrums, it's really important that you include that information about, is there a specific duration that's required for something to be considered tantrum behavior? And what is the separation of time between behavioral occurrences? So maybe you want to include something in your definition such as each instance of the problem behavior lasts a minimum of 2 minutes or longer, okay? Or tantrum episodes are separated by 10-minute intervals or something along those lines. The reason that you need to include that is because, again, tantrums tend to be one of those behaviors where an individual might start a tantrum and then they pause and then they go back to the tantrum behavior and then they pause again. So it's sort of one of those things that kind of happens as an on again, off again, on and then off again type of behavior. And so if you have different staff or even the same staff person who's recording instances of tantrum behavior, let's say you have an individual who, while tantruming, maybe stops tantruming for 10 seconds and then starts tantruming again and then stops for another 30 seconds and then starts tantruming again. And this happens multiple times. You might have one staff member record those behaviors as 5 separate tantrum incidents, but you also then might have a second staff member who would record that exact same situation as only one episode of tantrum behavior. So you want to make sure with any behavior that you include that information in regards to the onset and the offset of the behavior. But again, something particular for particularly for a behavior that might have an extended duration, such as tantrums, or even something like vocal stereotypy, where maybe it happens for a long period of time. Those behaviors in particular, you want to make sure you include that information so that that the staff clearly understands where one behavior stops and one behavior starts. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, great. All right, let's keep going. Take a look at the rest.